On today's show, Pogo Milo UK has spent all week trying to figure out the difference between an English shot and an American shooter. Masterful27 has spent all week emailing Leeds United to extend their stadium. And Ian Waterfall has spent the last week with, funnily enough, 5% less internet. And with me, I have spent all week with a has-been YouTuber JRskatr.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back to Incensed Podcast, episode 90. Milo, help.
Trez.
Why you got to do Trez? 93.
Throw you off.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. How are we all today?
Coops, that was my favourite intro,
That
mate.
was my
Nice
favourite
one.
intro too. Yes.
That was quality.
To be fair, pretty funny, right?
Sorry to jump in there, boys. I thought you were doing a Donald Trump then. I thought you were referring to yourself as yourself there, because you said, and I am, with a has-been YouTuber, myself.
Casual Coops.
Do you know what? That could be next week, so I could
So
use the same line twice.
What's that, Chris? We're trying to make Pokemon GO podcast great again.
Oh, Mark, you cheeky bastard. You've done me in there. You've proper done me in there. Oh. But yes, boys, obviously we are just off the back of my all-time favourite episode last week with Pokemon Master Holly. Seriously.
Great episode. It was a great episode.
Yeah, it was a fantastic one. Thank you, Holly, for joining us.
Definitely.
Yeah, honestly, I absolutely loved it. We've all complimented Milo on the edit and Ian on the polish. But boys, I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. But we've gone from a guest to the show to a friend of the show. Like I said, JRskatr, he was a YouTuber a few years ago. He was doing, sorry boys, I hate to say this.
With a has-been.
Yeah. Two peas in a pod.
Two has-beens in a pod.
Two has-beens and a Tesla.
You're
Referring
all
to
doing
that
me.
that
I
Twitter
knew
clip.
this would happen. Oh my God, two has-beens in a Tesla. You're done. You're cancelled, bruv. But I hate to say it, but he did create, I dread to say it, PvP content. Boo. Where's the soundboard when you need it?
Ian, there's a door sound effect somewhere.
Yeah. But he did used to create... But yes, he used to create content. He's actually really good friends with Billy the Trainer Club, and he's obviously a great friend of mine. While I'm staying with him, I thought I'd get him on the show, get him involved a little bit. I thought that would be fun. And even funnier, he did actually get to 9.9 thousand subscribers and then just thought, oh, YOLO, I don't want to do content anymore. So he never actually made it to 10K, but he was really close. And that's a genuine fact.
Felt like you 5, isn't it?
Yeah. It's so close. So close.
Ian, I hate you already. We're 5 minutes in. I hate
Ian's
you.
on fire tonight.
Before Ian takes the piss out of me anymore, please do not forget, everybody, to drop down that incense.
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
And of course, if you do manage to get a shiny, actually, to be fair, I don't think there's any event on when this is released. Sorry about that. But if you do manage to get a random no event shiny, please do let us know on all of our socials. We do have a Linktree account, which is just at Incensed Podcast. But the main one you want to catch us on is obviously Twitter, our verified Twitter, should I say. It's just, again, just at Incensed Podcast. And do not forget to hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Could you clarify that spelling?
Fresh soundbite.
Fresh one.
Oh, love it.
And I'm going to clarify the spelling, which is SHINIESOFTHEWEEK. And of course, you can DM us on Instagram as well. I'm going to pass you over to Justin for the Getting to Know You.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed Podcast.
How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Coops, how you
Welcome to the
doing?
show.
Welcome. Long-time listener, first-time podcaster.
I feel bad we're not actually giving Justin an actual welcome to the show.
No.
Oh, that's
okay. Welcome.
Introduced
I
this
don't
way.
think-
Welcome. Yeah.
I was going to say, you may remember me as the guy who got GBL shut down for 12 days in 2020, so you're welcome.
Well done. Well done. Thank you.
Hang on, that deserves this.
Got a momentous achievement.
So you know, you dickheads, I can hear that. I can hear that soundbite you just played.
Yeah, so that was a fun time. Got a lot of hate comments from that, but it was fun.
You wouldn't have from us.
Not on this podcast, Justin. Not on this
Exactly.
podcast.
Yeah,
You'd
no,
be
I know
getting
you
a lot
guys
of
are probably loving it. Coops asked me for a question. I struggled to think of one that maybe you guys haven't talked about before. And this is going to be a food-related question for you guys.
Okay.
So the question, I'll just kind of just throw it out there right now. Have you guys ever eaten something as a younger lad who like just traumatized you and you'll never eat it again in your life? So for me, as a kid, I had Hawaiian salad. Have you guys ever had Hawaiian salad?
No.
I can't say I have.
Okay, so the main ingredients are marshmallows, mandarin oranges, and pineapple.
Oh my
You
God.
kind of like melt the marshmallows and make it all gooey, and like it's a real sweet, obviously like dessert type of food. And I was just loving it as a kid. I probably ate 3 bowls in a row and then immediately puked right after that. And to this day, I can't even smell it. I can't even get near it. If I smell it, I immediately get nauseated.
Yeah, instant
and
reaction.
I haven't eaten it. It's just traumatized me. So my question to you guys is, have you ever had a similar experience with something like that? I don't know, it might be a hard question, but
No, I can come to that straight away.
Break that question.
Yeah. Peas. I hate peas.
oh wow.
I had them
I'm
as a
with you.
kid.
I don't like them.
I hated the taste. They made me feel ill, and now I can't look at peas. I can't look at mushy peas. Literally, peas can just stay in the field. Seriously, that's hideous things.
That's
I'm
awesome.
with you. Peas are vile.
Yeah.
Justin, we had a cartoon over here in the UK called the Poddington Peas, and for anyone who doesn't see it, Google it, check it out. And I thought,
Ian
I had a
hated
feeling
them.
that was you, Ian, going, it was the Poddington Peas that scarred you from them. At least he was eating them, mate.
And straight away in the chat, people are agreeing with me. It's not just me. I love it.
Yes.
I'm not the
That's
only
so
person that
funny.
hates peas. Ooh, pea friends.
Peas. The texture of whole peas, Ian, totally with you, mate. But no, Justin, I did something that was probably more foolish. I was about 13, 14, and I don't know why I did it. I'd never had Tabasco sauce before. Never had
Oh,
Tabasco
where's this going?
sauce.
Nice.
Guess where it's going, Milo. Guess where this foolish 13 or 14-year-old boy went with this. This was back when I was younger. We were in France on holiday. Lovely. It was the weekend when the football was on. Me and this guy were doing the work on this project out there. He dared me try some Tabasco sauce. So I just tried a little
dear.
drop of it. Not a problem at all. Anyway, I got overconfident with it, and I thought, actually, it's not that bad. So I just went a little bit more. I went, and it went...
The
And
sound
I kid
effect
you
in.
not. Oh...
That's not how you drink Tabasco sauce.
Or was it? It was it.
You hit the moment where
never
you
done
know
that.
you're screwed, Justin. You hit the moment you're like,
you're done
there's
bad.
no going back now. You're drinking water
Like,
and you're feeling it get hotter and hotter and hotter, and you're like, going... So I've never had Tabasco sauce ever again.
That's
Done.
so funny. I don't know if you guys heard that commercial in America where she's like, I put that shit on everything. She's talking about the hot sauce. So there are,
I think...
there are a lot
Yeah.
of people in America who put hot sauce on like almost everything, like pizza, pasta,
Yeah.
eggs in the morning.
Ice-
like,
ice
my
cream.
God, so that's so funny. Yeah.
Ice cream. Yeah. Maybe on the marshmallow thing that Justin doesn't like.
Oh, dude, I can't even get near it.
We're going to make some hideous concoction of all the five
That's a weird ass
things.
s'more, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like a gross cousin of s'mores.
Disastrous. I really like this question, Justin. So props to you
Oh,
and
good, yeah.
props to Coopsy for outsourcing. Good hosting skills.
He's good at
So
that.
for me, maybe not scarred for life, but I just don't drink it. I'd never buy it or anything. Chocolate milk.
Oh wow, chocolate milk.
It might be a bit weird, and it's just sort of like it's in my brain. But when I was on a family holiday in Spain, about 11 in Mallorca, I think it's called Lacao. It's like the brand that you get out there. Fine, drunk it for years as a kid, and then got one bottle, drank a bit, and it was rancid.
Oh,
So and it was sealed as well, so it had obviously gone bad in like in the bottle, the packaging. I don't know, I don't read Spanish, so I drank it. It's vile.
I had the same. I had
You
the
had the
same
same thing?
experience, but you got Go on, Milo. Go on.
Oh, it's vile.
man.
So I was instantly sick on the beach. And it turns out I just drank the scum at the top.
Oh,
And the rest of
Shake
it
the
was like...
bottle.
No, what? So
no.
congealed like Play-Doh
oh, jeez.
in the bottle. It was like slime or something in there. So, yeah, it's ever since, genuinely to this day, I haven't ever drunk chocolate milk again.
That is disgusting. I think a lot of us have drinking like
Yeah.
sour milk before, and
Yeah,
I
it's
think I
really
almost said that
off-putting.
once, but it wasn't anywhere.
What about
as bad as
strawberry
that,
milk,
so-
Milo?
No, never touched that with a barge bowl. But I remember distinctly that my brother was 5 at the time, and he was looking at me like, "Thank God you went first."
That was a brilliant story. I enjoyed that. Thank you guys for that.
I did the same thing, Justin. I think it's called Yazoo, and I don't know if it was called Yazoo back then, but it was
Yazoo, yeah.
And I remember having it from Tuck Shop at school, and I remember like literally opened the plastic top off, foil was still sealed on it, gave it a shake, opened it, first swig, whole bottle had gone off. It was hideous, and I was
vile.
like, oh.
Yeah, I luckily have never had that because I love the stuff.
So we're making like hideous dish from hell with these 4 ingredients.
Yeah, you add chocolate, some rancid chocolate milk to that Hawaiian salad.
Beautiful.
That was amazing. I'm gonna pass it back to Coops and
we need Coops' answer.
Don't.
Yeah.
Justin,
we got to see what Coops
No, you're welcome
see
to
what
stay.
Coops has to say.
Yeah, you stay. Alexis,
Justin,
go and
stay.
go.
My turn. Wait, what is that? Is that a scary movie? And he's like, my turn. Yeah, it is.
My
it is,
turn,
it is.
yes.
Yeah. Boys, you're no secret though. The only reason I got Justin to ask is because I couldn't be asked to think of a question this
I
week.
did say you were outsourcing.
It shows. We've seen the show notes.
At least they were sent on time. No,
Hey,
so
that's true. That's true.
So I remember when I was younger, must have been literally just a fetus when I was little.
So it's your mother's fault.
Yeah. I remember I was at the bakery with my mum, and I was looking at all these delicious cakes, and I was like, oh my god. And mum was like, oh, darling, like you can pick one. I was buzzing. I was ecstatic. Anyway, so I saw this cake there. At the time I weren't like Mark. I weren't a mega connoisseur. I wasn't a cake connoisseur. I was just quite sort of amateur, new in the cake bakery
Fresh the
world.
cake world.
Yeah, I remember seeing this cake, and it looked like this wet, voluptuous toffee orange. It just looked beautiful, and I was like, that is a bit of me. Love a bit of toffee, a bit of caramel. Anyway, get home, get in the fork, digging it in. Boys, it turned out to be a carrot cake. And it was my first ever experience, right, of a carrot cake. And still to this day, apart from a Chicago style hot dog, it is the worst thing that I have ever had, right? And it was so bad when I took my first bite and I swallowed it quite quick. I was like heaving. I was like, I was like heaving. And genuinely, from that day, I can't remember, 8, 9, 10 years old, I have never, ever touched a carrot cake. And whenever I see someone with one, I'm like, oh, I don't trust them. They're eating a carrot cake. So that's the answer to my one there, scarred by the carrot cake.
I have to agree with you. Carrot cake is evil.
It's vile. It's vile.
By the way, guys, you want to know what my favorite cake is?
Tell me.
It's carrot cake.
Hey!
Okay.
Boys, though, round of applause for Justin on the podcast.
Yes.
There, Justin. Welcome.
Yes.
A very, very good introduction and stellar getting to know you question.
It's a shame, mate. You could have been on as a guest last year, but you...
Where's the content creator return?
Dead. But but he will be joining us later on as well.
Carrot cake. You don't trust me then, Coops, yeah? Is that what you're saying now? We move on, do we? Is our relationship
Bridges
over?
burned.
You know what? This question greatly leading into a poll, isn't it, Marky?
Oh yeah.
Wait, Marky, I could change the jingle. Is that carrot cake? That could be the jingle.
We're going to move on to an event that just happened. Hopefully you all had a chance to play. It was Teddiursa Con Day. Yes, it was this Saturday just gone.
Nice.
Woo, woo. So, guys, how were your con
Nice.
days? Coops, did you play it together with Justin? Was it like you skipping together?
We were actually two Tesla peas in a pod. We were in Naperville where he lives. We were doing a little grind there, which was really cute. We got to a few hundos. Unfortunately, none of them were shundos. Got enough Excel. Obviously evolved all the Ursalunas that I'm going to need for, dread to say it, PvP. If I ever use, not horseradish, what's the move called?
Horseradish.
High horsepower.
Horseradish.
Sorry. High horsepower.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a move in Gen 9.
Love it.
Gen 9.
Oh, you don't get this one on the podcast.
What is it when that apfel comes out? It's going to be apfel with frenzy plant and high horseradish.
High horseradish.
Oh god. But yeah, no, to be honest, I hate to say it, but I do think the game's been really struggling since Guzzlord's come out. But I definitely did enjoy this little grind of the Teddiursa community. I definitely had a really nice 3 hours. Not sort of much to sort of say apart from
Eggy fart.
correct. So yeah, Milo, how was your grind, brother?
As con days go, to be honest, whatever the mon is, it doesn't really matter if it's triple catch dust. I'm perfectly content with it. Content with the content, as we say.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's stuck. We should start hashtagging that, sorry.
We should do. We actually should do. Clarify the spelling. Teddiursa Con Day, it's like, once they released the Ursaluna kind of move pool, Despite it getting high horsepower, it's been like, right, so it's a bit dead. It needed Shadow Claw as a fast move to give it some like DPS, and it got Tackle and Rock Smash. So like, I've got the Shadow Hundo, it's level 50, it got evolved. It was a solid shiny haul. I have to say GG's to Nukemz, friend of the show, who got the Shundo. Came up to Ealing, was late, and clearly being late was the way to go.
Only works for Coombs.
I was going to say, sounds like me.
But yeah, it had a good squad out, a good squad of people. It was a decent day, and it didn't rain. That was the best thing.
Hey, good.
I echo a few of the things you said. The Ursalune itself being released, nice thing. Yes, nice to get a shiny Dex entry. Didn't need any shinies for this event, and I didn't travel, stayed local. Yeah, I played a little game with myself. If I didn't hit the excellent throw on the shiny, I had to transfer it.
Yes.
So I did transfer some. But it was an inoffensive community day. It wasn't something I was mega excited for. You know what? Triple catch Stardust. Who can complain?
And I have to say, big congrats on doing that challenge and getting the video up before Trainer Tips, who did the same
Had the
challenge.
same idea.
Had the same idea.
Copycat.
No, I got mine out first. And I
did
did this
it
video
first.
today first.
Listen, he gets there. He gets there. Persevere with him. He gets it up, don't you, Ian?
there. Yeah,
He gets
yeah.
there, doesn't it, my man?
Once it's up, it
Patience.
stays up. Yes.
Bit of patience.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty run down on comms. I've not been feeling well all week, but I stayed local. I needed some shinies going into it, so it was nice to play a comdo. I needed some. I did have a bit of an own goal though. As I was playing it, I forgot that I had a Hundo Shadow Teddiursa that I've forgotten.
Oh, best
bloody
feeling
fully
ever.
evolved.
Wait, did you forget to evolve it?
Yeah, so I have to wait for another full
Oh,
moon. But
shit.
someone pointed
Oh,
out
shit.
to me.
Oh, sorry. That went from really, really good to really, really bad.
Yeah, but someone pointed out to me that my Hundo Shadow Ursaring is probably the rarest Pokemon in the game at the moment because most people probably fully evolved theirs. But yeah, I had fun. I hatched a shiny.
Yeah, we saw right at the beginning of the video, you lucky get.
Yes.
It's the one people want.
with shiny Munchlax, which was a very nice
GG's,
surprise.
bro.
So yeah, loved it. Great com
You
day.
actually might be quite lucky for December because if they're bringing back all the mons, which they normally do, if they're
It might be a
following
full
suit
moon,
from the,
yeah.
you might be able to evolve it, bro. So you've
Yeah.
only technically got to wait about a month. So just another bit of silver lining
Yeah,
for
literally
you.
like 3-4 weeks, you'll be clear, probably.
But if anything better, just transfer it.
Yeah. This is my only Hundo Shadow Pokemon I've got, and I totally overlooked it.
Oh, mad.
Oh no.
That's just unfortunate.
It is reversal. It's very unfortunate.
Flex it up, flex it up.
We're really milking
Wow,
Pokemon
damn
Australia.
girl.
Our episode.
So a little quick flex it up, bit of a recap section of the podcast. But Shiny Teddiursas from last weekend, I did get 36. That was my total.
That's pretty solid.
Hold on, Milo. Don't just say that's pretty solid. That's amazing because it makes my total look very shit.
It's just being nice.
Sorry, Milo. I'll go next because mine was very rural. 17.
For a rural player, that's all right.
Cheers, Milo.
So I'll go next before Milo wins this Plex game. After transfers, especially
Facts.
after transfers, I ended on 18.
That's good in.
Da, 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 da.
44.
Oh, congrats.
There's no surprise here. Moving on.
Yeah, okay, that's the end of that.
44, Milo. But how many did Justin get, Coops?
Marky, Justin did say, and he was driving, even though the Tesla does drive itself. He was driving. I think he got about 15.
Good for a
So-
driver.
I think so. Yeah.
So the winner, Coops and Justin with 51. Well done.
yeah.
Combo
I
turn.
like what you did there. I like it's
The
my
Chicago
game.
boys.
It's my game.
Say, swiftly moving on. So we're moving from a chat over Teddiursa Green Gummy Bear Com Day to the event that, as we're just recording, has ended. The glorious, 3.5-4 day Team Rocket Takeover event, which brought in, we'll throw the reference into last week's show, why not, Pokemon Master Holly actually called Shadow Shiny Sableye coming into the game alongside Shadow Shiny Machop and Shadow Shiny Marwile, finally making a return. It was like one of the first, I think. So
It was the first because I remember I did like so many
Yeah.
things. Yeah. I think,
way back,
Actually,
2019.
that's coming from me. It might have been like the 8th, but yeah, I remember it early on.
It was I think it was in the first rotation, so you were on the money there. But what are our thoughts and feelings on it? We've got a couple of new Shadow Pokemon in the pool, 2 of which apparently are good for PvP, maybe. Have we managed to play it? Because it was Monday to Thursday, which typically most people can't really play.
I couldn't really plan.
Exactly.
You should just quit your
my
job.
job. Go Rocket Takeover was normally pretty good, but I just couldn't get into this one. It took me literally all week.
Yeah, agreed.
I got my Shadow Mewtwo, and it's 1 star, so it wasn't even worth the effort. I don't know why we put so much effort into these things and get like 1-star Shadows.
Because it's so infrequent. It's so infrequent, that's why. What about the rural trainer?
Like you said, Milo, it's hard to play events during the week. Winter hours here, when you work during the week, you just can't play it. Now, I'm not a massive fan of Team Go Rocket events, just with the fact I haven't got my platinum badge yet, kind of sums it up really. Quite a boring mechanic in the game, my opinion. However, what I would say about it is actually, it's nice to see some new Shadow Pokemon in it. Shadow Onyx is an interesting one, to see what Shadow Steelix does to GBL. And that's the only GBL reference I'm going to make all night now. We move on. Bang! Shut the door very quickly.
God bless you.
God bless. But yeah, I like seeing it. It's a new one in there, and I like that. I never hunt Shadow Shinies. I always use the 6 pieces to make it. I don't buy Rocket Radars. I'm not one of those people that do the whole, I'm going to do 30, 40, 50 Team Go leader and try and get a shiny off it. Try and complete them.
Let's not go there.
I don't see the interest in it at all. The one thing I like about this one is I like the research tasks that gave you segments of Rocket Radars. I thought that was quite nice. I've done my Mewtwo research line in, like you, 3 Team Go Rocket leaders, and I got a shiny Shadow.
Hey!
I saw that, so congrats.
Flex it up.
Holly. It's lovely having Holly with us again. But yeah, Monday to Thursday's crap in it. Let's be honest. It's just why?
I totally agree with you, Mark. 2 things straight off the bat. Should have been a weekend event or a week-long event. Doing it Monday, Tuesday, the busiest 2 days of the week. Whosever idea that was, don't ask me. Love the research tasks. It doesn't make battling the grunts to get a Shadow Walmer so painful, so you can sort of speed up that process to get to the main leaders. But from me, like I said, the game's been very weak since Guzzlord, and it was just weak in regards to the IVs of Shadows. It's just never good. And when they are good, it's for something utterly ridiculous that you are never, ever, 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 ever going to use. It's like back in the day, I used to love seeing the team leader that said, what's the fighting one?
Something to do with buff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's buff physique. That's it, yeah.
Mate, when it first came out, it was Machop. All of a sudden, this last 6 months, Makahita, what's that about? What's happened there? Literally, I was in the heart of Chicago with Justin, and we're having the best day ever, and we got to the point where there was so many grunts that said this buff physique, and I'd load the game, and I'd be like, right, what do we think? And we're both like, Makahita, and it was a Makahita every single time, and I was like, who wants that?
That's the issue. Is that the moment a Pokemon goes into the Shadow Shiny rotation, it's taken out of the grunts. So for this next probably 3-4 months, you won't see Machop anywhere other than Cliff.
I didn't realise until I was doing them that Wailmer, really underwhelming. Golett, even though it's a Pokemon, it's actually pretty dope. I thought that was unbelievably underwhelming. Onyx, which I thought was everywhere, and I got so excited because normally the line that the team leader says, it's something really cool, like a Larvitar or something, or a...
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, it was, or a Dratini. It's something, and normally it's really good, and then I'd be like, oh bloody hell, it's a freaking it's one of these things again. It was just weak in my opinion, and I usually really look forward to those TMing away frustration events. And so what about you then, bro? Are you gonna sort of make it a bit more positive?
I'll try to, but I will start off by saying I completely agree with the 3 of you. Doing an event Monday through Thursday is just bloody ridiculous. Most Rocket events, Team Rocket takeovers, have always been a week, maybe even 10 days back in 2019, early 2020, before good old Spicy Lung. Why this one was during the week, I mean, I've been able to go out and grind. I do what Mark has just said and actually buy Rocket Radars to grind the leaders. It worked for me this time round. This is the first time in, 3 years of having Team Rocket in the game that I've able to actually get some Shadow Shiny luck. The new Shadow Pokemon, Alolan Diglett, for God's sake. Like, that's now plaguing the ground grunts. Golett into Golurk. Some people said it could have some play in PvP because it has Earth Power and some other moves. Well, I don't know exactly. Yeah, Wailmer is now taking the place of Mudkip, and some of the rotation is a bit weak.
We'll just say, though, I think it's only 1,000 dust to purify, which is good. That was the only positive with Wailmer, I think.
This is true. We'll counter that with saying Natu, I think, was meant to be 1k, and it's 3k to purify.
I forgot there's a Natu as well.
There's Shadow Natu now in the game. I just wish some of the Shadow Mons were a bit more interesting. I don't mind doing the grunts personally just because I like how passive it is. You can just do them. I am one of those people who likes to hunt for a decent IV Shadow, and the likelihood of getting it, I mean, I've done north of 7,300 rocket battles, 2 Shadow Hundos, one was a Crobat, and one finally got its com day last weekend. Teddiursa. Yeah. So that shows how well that's gone. But I will join Master 27 in the Shadow Shiny Marwile camp. I got one on Monday evening.
Hey. Lovely.
15 Arlo in. What I will say is Shadow Shiny Machop, I've got the family done inside of 24 hours in 7 cliff battles. So I don't know what kind of luck or whatever I unlocked.
But you've got all 3?
Yeah, I've got 3 done. I've never had that ever before. And I just personally like, it's exactly the thing you were saying, Coops, of like, you see buff physique. You just have to equate that now to if you see a cliff for the next 4 months, you know it's a Machop. Just do it. But I think this is the best Rocket Shadow wave we've seen ever. But like, it's certainly the leaders.
It was when Holly said Shiny Shadow Sableye would be great, and then Coops went, "Yeah, if Niantic are listening to us," he goes, "No, they're not." And then like, it was just, I found it quite sweet. Maybe the power's there. They are listening.
It was very well called.
Very well called.
The Shadow leaders, genuinely. So Machop has play in PvP and also a very good raid attacker, so definitely good to go for. Marwile gets a mega in the future, so you might as well chase that. The Shadow I got was 89%, 15, 15, 10 as a shiny Shadow.
Wow.
And then Sableye is much the same. It gets a mega in the future, Mega Connoisseur. And Sableye obviously good in PvP.
Do you know what I love about this whole thing that really cracks me up, and this will make Ian laugh as well? You've got the same amount of Shadow Shiny Machops than I've actually done overall of all the team leaders in general.
I just done the 3 and that's it done.
That was
it.
So, boys, speaking about something that's not cool, come on, get your Shadow Mewtwo's out and I'm going to go first. So
It's time. Play a jingle in.
Flex it up, flex it up. So I got an 880 CP, and my stats from the attack, defense, and HP were 686. So utterly
wonderful.
Yeah. What about yours?
Well, I've stacked up 2 rocket radars, so I've managed to go 2, and they're both equally terrible. I'll pick the one that's non-boosted, so we're on the same CP as Coopsy Boy. So mine was an 896 1-star with a 8 attack, 7 defense, and 12 HP. Well worth 4 bloody months waiting.
Yeah, well, I'll go next. So I got an 893 CP Shadow Mewtwo, which again was 1-star, which we talked about earlier, and that was 6 attack, 6 defense, and 15 HP.
Oh, at least you got 15.
Can Mark break the 900 CP barrier?
Come on, Marky.
There's me bitching and moaning about mine, and I feel like a fraud now. Mine was 907 CP.
Oh, he has.
And mine was a 13 attack, 10 defense, and 7 HP.
Oh, it gets worse.
Mate, I'll be powering that up.
And then, boys, we got one more. Why not? So Justin, he did get a CP of...
Actually, I got 2 of them because I'm a casual and haven't finished my researches for months ago.
Yes.
So I got a 920 with 15 attack, 13 defense, and a 7 HP. So that one's okay. Actually, pretty happy with that one.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, for what we're getting here. The next one was an 892 with an 8 attack, 8 defense, and a 9 HP. So that one was pretty garbage.
That's quality.
It's my game. It's my game. Did you hear him? He just said I'm working on a new one now as well.
Oh, I'm so glad I saved up those Super Rocket radars, played the long game. I don't know, like, I'm just going to put this in. Congrats, I say Mark 1 with the 907 CP. It's so depressing when it's like 907 CP. Wow.
I'm with Ian all the way, bro. It's past frustration. It's really irritating, actually.
Well, I know we've got a conversation coming up later in this episode which has some similar vibes to this, but the thing I absolutely detest about the Giovanni battles is they come when Niantic suddenly remember we need a rocket wave. Why do we not have either a monthly or even a weekly, like, Today tab research where you can get a Super Rocket radar and you can go and do multiple of the Shadow
Legendaries. Have about 100 Shadow Mewtwo's.
Yeah, but you can transfer them and they're all mostly going to be terrible. That's the problem, is the Shadow IV game is so tricky. Like, on average for me, it's taken over 3,000 grunts to get 1 Shadow Hundo. Like, how long is it going to take to get a decent enough stat? Even remember, what was it, Kanto Tour? day 2, we all got the Shadow
Bro, I still
Kanto
think about
birds
this day
and
to
Mewtwo.
now,
Yeah.
bro. It was the
Why did they not
sickest
have
day.
a 10-10-10 base stat?
Bro, dude, to be fair, actually, I'm acting hype. I didn't actually get a hundo or purified
No,
hundo,
no,
but bro,
it's that a bit more level, you know? You're like, it could be better.
my God, that day 2 was genuinely the best day of that year. I'm not even capping. Like,
It was
I
fire.
think I spoke about that day for like weeks after, whenever we saw each other. Like, I just
You
absolutely
mentioned
loved
it only a few weeks ago, I think.
Did
as
I?
well.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Such a good day, and then you just, anyway.
I don't get it. I really don't get it, because there's a medal for Giovanni and everybody's like just sort of sat waiting. We've only seen Giovanni X amount of times. It's whenever it happens to rotate every 4 months. It used to be like twice a year or something. It's like, bring it a bit more frequently. Allow us to do Super Rocket Radar Giovanni battles a bit more frequently, because the likelihood is we're all going to get trash anyway, unless you tune onto Twitter and then you happen to see everyone's Shadow Hondo popping up.
But like Ian said, I agree 1,000,000%. It's just so demoralising.
You get to that point and you think, like, why did I bother? Why did I do all, like, I know it's not exactly the most difficult research in the world,
Yeah.
but it's like, why did I invest my time into getting a 1-star Shadow Mewtwo? I know that people are going to say, and they will be probably commenting, I've had people say this to me already, a 0% Shadow Mewtwo is technically a better raid attacker than a Hundo Mewtwo, but it still doesn't get around the fact you see the bars go up to some pathetic amount.
Yes.
I can't be powering up a 4-8-3, bro. I can't do that. I can't do that.
No.
It's not in my blood. Ian, can you save us here, bro? Can you save us?
Not really, no, because we're going to talk about greedy gluttons.
It's like, whoa, that's too much to ask.
I love you, bro. I love you so much.
Okay,
dude.
I think
love you.
we'll keep this top line because this is going down the plug hole here. Greedy Gluttons, not a great event. Let's have a quick 5 minutes talking about another steaming thing that's swirling around the toilet bowl.
Shall we
Where's
not?
the toilet brush?
Shall we not
Can we
bother?
scrape it off?
I would personally wouldn't bother.
Yeah, okay, let's not. But I think, Mark, you have some...
Good news. Good news, boys.
What?
We've got a free box in Pokemon Go that isn't the daily free box. It's a purpley box. It's a pinky purple box.
That is good news.
It is good news. I've got a star piece,
I'm actually crying.
a lure, and some balls.
Yay, that's what we wanted.
Who doesn't love some balls?
Are they blue balls by any chance?
They are.
It is worth saying that was compensation.
Oh no,
for
they
the
were red
Zagora
balls. They were
cock-up.
red balls.
Red
Yeah.
balls. Oh, even better.
20 red balls.
Because of all of the Go Plus issues that went along with the Zawara issue, they've given you red balls as compensation.
My love, sorry, you're going to have to edit out all my laughing.
No, we're not.
But listen.
keeping it in.
My favourite thing about this
Say it.
podcast is a good news, which isn't a good news at all. Oh, no, Ian, all banter aside, mate. No, come on, mate. Let's move on. Actually, give us some good news, because we genuinely do actually have some new and good, exciting news.
Yes, we do actually have some actual good news.
What?
So, something that we've been talking about behind the scenes recently, that I kind of fired up, kind of out of the blue to you guys, but we fired up our WhatsApp message line this week. And if you want to send us a voice message, send us a Shinies of the Week, send us anything. We won't reply because it's incoming only, but it might feature as another way of getting on the podcast. So you can actually reach us. And the reason we've chose WhatsApp, we're not the only Pokemon podcast that actually has a phone number where you can contact us on. However, 68% of our listener base is outside of the UK, so it would be unfair to say, right, call us or message us on an English number. So with WhatsApp, it's over the internet. It's not going to cost you anything. So you can send us voice messages. That's our preferred form of contact because there's some good stuff coming from voicemail. And you can send us messages on +44 759 269 5696. That will be pinned in the show notes, and it will be pinned across all of our socials. It's already on the Twitter. And we have actually had a couple of voice messages already. Now,
Can I just say, I love we have 69 in the number.
Exactly. Why do you think I put that in there? Well, I didn't pick it. I actually chose the SIM card number, but that's a different story. We've got two voice messages. Now, I think you're going to appreciate these guys.
Oops, Mark and I haven't heard these.
The first one I'm going to play for you is, and I've kind of abridged this one slightly because otherwise it would be on for nearly 4 minutes.
What the WhatsApp?
So, Milo, I'm going to take you back in time to July. We was in Seattle, and you were woken up, and so was I, and so was everybody in the house, by a certain voice every day.
Yes.
Now, Lachlan, friend of the show from the Wayspotters podcast, has sent us our very first ever voice message, and he's paying tribute to Taylor Swift.
I don't like your little games, don't like your tilted stage, the role you made me play of the fool. No, I don't like you. I don't like your perfect crime, how you laugh when you lie. You said the gun was mine, isn't cool. No, I don't like you. But I got smarter, I got hotter in the nick of time. I may erase it from the dead, I do it all the time. I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I checked it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do.
It would have gone on for 4.5 minutes if I'd not chopped it down to 30 seconds.
Wait. So we've got someone sent us them singing a full song
of
on
Taylor
WhatsApp.
Swift. Yes.
From the Wayspotters podcast.
To be fair, when you said
What
4.5
on earth
minutes,
have we
Ian,
created?
I immediately thought, it's got to be Lachlan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you said 4.5 minutes without knowing what it was, but wow.
So that's Lachlan doing
That's
an
mad.
a cappella version of Taylor Swift's, I think it was called Look What You Made Me Do, if I remember right.
I mean, I guess we say thank you. Do we say thank
Yeah,
you
thanks-
for that?
thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I think we
GG's.
have to.
GG's.
GG's, man.
GG's.
You finally made it onto the show.
What have we created?
Yeah, bro,
Ian has opened a can of worms here.
Speaking of cans of worms, the next one you're going to love. So Lachlan did us an a cappella version of Taylor Swift. Somebody's actually wrote us a song.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm going to play this in its entirety because you're going to love it. This is a love letter to Incensed podcast by the artist formerly known as Big Daddy Rap Beast, pen pal Simon.
Yeah, we got
First time we have to play
copyright.
music on the show.
tonight. Time to slow it down with this appreciation track for the Incensed podcast crew. Ian Waterfall, Masterful 27, Pogo Milo and Casual Coops. My name is Pen Pal Simon. Check me out. The first time I clicked play, my whole life changed forever. Not for the worst, quite the opposite, the better. I saw the light and came out of the dark by following the voices of Ian, Milo, Coops and Mark. You're more than just entertaining, you're downright amazing. Coops is so good at PvP that nothing's phasing. You could try and step to him, but you man aren't ready. He'd leave you frozen to the spot like a nana berry. And no one in the whole wide world that I know can claim to grind the game half as hard as Milo. He's a true English gem, but the most golden ra's in his storage. I could watch him live stream all day without finding it boring. Ian, I picture us drinking pin-up juice together. With the tech side of podcast production, you're very clever. And lovely Mark, where do I start? You've a gentle demeanour, but a sense of humour that's dark. 'Cause I love the Incensed podcast. Love the Incensed podcast. I 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 love the Incensed podcast. 3, 2, 1, let's go. I like Mark's poll and chasing the tail. The best day of my life was when you read out my mail. 2 letters in 2 weeks, the third was a fail. Hope this rap takes me out of Incensed podcast jail. There's so many creators, but you are the best ones. In many ways I dislike it when you have guests on, because you have to make it all about them, and that takes it away from my 4 favourite men. Oops, I just called Barbara Coops. I even like all your crew, Nukemz and Sue, Bulbasaur's my favourite Pokemon. Hey, when I'm feeling frustrated, I TM it away. I'd love to see you all some community day in a park in Ealing where we could all play together. Pokemon GO's what I mean, so one last time, drop an incense inside me. 'Cause I love the Incensed podcast.
Come boys, sing along.
The
The
Incensed
Incensed podcast.
Love the Incensed podcast.
Of course I
Here we
do.
go.
I love maximum respect, guys. Thank you for all the hard work you do on the podcast. Brighten up this train this Sunday every week without fail. Big up.
Oh, mate, that
That's amazing.
was
Simon, that is
incredible.
amazing, man.
Oh,
Simon,
my
thank you
God.
so much.
Simon, bro. You can actually rap, bro. Like, I
I
can't
really
lie.
had the creativity
Yeah.
to come up with that, and that's insane.
This is why I kept this one a secret from you guys, because that is just a mess next
That is,
level.
I'm actually
That's
a bit
amazing.
starstruck.
And after that, we're retiring the segment.
Wow. What a way to start up the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Damn.
WhatsApp
If that's what it's going to
messages.
be called,
I
yeah.
think we'll just call it WhatsApp messages, yeah.
Simon, I'm going to level with you, bro. I'm going to level with you. I'm going to give you a few weeks. We don't need it before the new year, but can we get like a little EP going on? Can we do that, yeah? Can we get, oh my God.
That was amazing. Was it just? I just can't believe that.
If Simon wants to make us a jingle for this section, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, deep the creativity though. That I'm actually shocked. That's amazing.
And I'm going to break this down for you. I posted the WhatsApp number on Tuesday morning. We had that by Tuesday tea time.
Had a very quiet day at work.
Yeah.
I mean,
But no, it's amazing. Thank you, Simon,
No,
so much.
thank you for
Yes,
that. Thank you for doing that instead of Team Rocket Takeover.
Simon, I suppose, mate, this is actually genuinely good news for you right now, because from that we're about to play your favourite game. Chasing the tail, chasing the tail, tail to chase, it's chasing the tail. So yes, Simon, and to all the listeners, welcome to Chasing the Tail, because I thought last week with Pokemon Master Holly, it was so good, I thought I had to bring it back. And thank God I did, because yeah, from that amazing song, this is a great, you're like doing a segue for us. Like, oh, should we hire him? Should we hire him for like a producer?
Yeah.
So yeah, Chasing the Tail is pretty simple. What you're going to do, you're going to be chasing the tail, e.g. the last letter of the Pokemon that's said before you. So for example, if it goes me, then Ian in the order, and I say Bulbasaur, Ian will have to say a Pokemon with the letter that starts with R. 2 rules. There can be no repeats whatsoever from round 1, and in this case to the final in round 5. And of course, if you hesitate for too long, you will unfortunately hear. And that is that. Now, boys, the order is going to be Coops, Justin, Ian, Mark, Milo, Coops, Justin, etc., 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 etc. All right, so Justin, your Pokemon is going to be Ursaluna.
Abra.
Ampharos.
Sawaddle.
Eevee.
Empoleon.
Nidoran.
Nidoqueen.
Nincada.
Axew.
Wobbuffet.
Tyranitar.
Riolu.
Ursaring.
Graveler.
Ratata.
Abomasnow.
Whismur.
Rapidash.
Heracross.
Stunky.
Yanma.
Oh, Ian.
Oh, shit.
That was a good round.
That was a long one.
22.
We're getting good at this.
Okay, so I'm starting the next round off. Are we all ready?
Let's go.
Marky boy, your Pokemon's name is Comfy.
Esper.
Ends in a Y, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Ian.
We can't even complain because that is actually a Pokemon
That is
Go
actually
regional.
out. It's just the Hawaiian regional.
He's a bastard.
Yeah, I was about to come for you, but fine, it's out in the game.
Okay,
Fine.
okay.
It doesn't matter if it's not. It's still a Pokemon, but that is actually out.
It's always after like a great round, isn't it? It goes to shit after that, doesn't
It
it?
happened last week.
So I'm going to start with Klefki.
Illumise.
Escavalier.
Oh. Oh. It's just like last week, me versus the guest.
All right, so, oh God, I hate you. So the final, Justin Milo, your Pokemon is Guzzlord.
Duramitan.
That's right.
Darmanitan, but I
Oh,
didn't say it right.
Darmanitan.
Yeah, I didn't say it
Darmanitan.
right.
Oh,
Was he
okay.
out? Oh,
Yeah, no,
No,
I cracked. I cracked
He
like
was going to Darmanitan. I was like, what the fuck's that?
listen, Justin. The whole point of this show is to not let Milo win. For Christ's sake.
We get a
got
chance.
nervous.
Well, GG's. Well done, Milo. Well done.
Okay, yeah. I have to apologise to Justin. I thought him and I were going to be going back and forth, maybe like the Counter Brothers.
We're back. It's been a while. We thought it was only right that we came and gave you a little bit of a counter guide for Nihilego.
The Ultra Beast Jellyfish, which is better now because it's had a move update.
It's better than it was.
Exactly, since it was out for the Global Go Fest.
And as we know, Nihilego is a rock and poison type, which basically means it is weak to
Psychic, Water, and Steel types, but double weak to ground. Just like Guzzlord was double weak to Fairy. What is it with the Ultra Beasts being so easy? So when it comes to ground type counters, you're literally spoiled for choice. You've got things like Excadrill with Drool Run. You've got Landorus Therian form. That's on landy legs, not sitting on a Cloud Genie.
Yep. You've got Garchomp with Mudshot and Earth Power. You've got Rhyperior with Mudslap and Earthquake.
There's even a ground type Mega Steelix. If you wanted to give some Mega Boost in the raids, you could have that.
But if you wanted to just stick something that's legendary, Groudon is a great pick. You know, Mudshot, Earthquake, solid counter. And if you're looking for something a little bit more budget, there's always Rhydon with Mudslap and Earthquake as well.
What was that, bro? What did you say? What Pokemon?
Rhydon.
Me.
These nuts.
These great balls.
Ian, I can't believe you fell for that. Sorry.
Oh, dear. If you are maybe new to the game and you manage to get a few of the crappy elite raids in, Hooper Unbound is listed in here as a psychic type attacker.
And if we're talking about psychic type attackers, it would be wrong not to bring in the bad boy himself, Mewtwo, Psycho Cut and Psy Strike.
All of those crappy Shadow Mewtwo that everyone's got, they're good versus Nihilego. I find it hysterical that in the counters list there is a Lowland Dog trio. Is listed in there with Mudslap and Earthquake. So, hey, if you've managed to find a Shadow Alolan Diglett that's a hundo, bring it into a raid battle. Come on, do the bants.
Talking about jokey things that are actually in the counter list, Gastrodon, the East Sea and West Sea version, they're both in there.
Let's go to Greenwich now.
We can get both versions.
Ian's favourite fast move Pokemon, Kyogre featuring Vassifal. That's its fast move.
Named after me.
Surf is also a solid pick, and there are a multitude of other things you can go for. You know, Mega Latios, Zen Headbutt, and Psychic.
Yeah, and again, if you wanted to go relatively budget, Empoleon is a counter that kind of works if you really scrape in the barrel.
Honestly, that's about it, really.
Yeah.
Just go ground types. It's double weak to
go
ground.
ground. It's double weak, yes.
You'd be pretty safe trusting the recommended on this one, to be honest. Don't even need to listen to us.
Absolutely. Koopsy, back to you.
Gonna say we'll edit that whole thing out then. We've had a bit of a sort of a recappy show. We've been going over some events. I was going to say amazing events that have been happening.
We'll
in the
edit
game.
that word out.
Yeah,
just some events.
It will just be me and we're going to events, you know, which has been nice, and we've had a bit of a laugh tonight, which has been great. But obviously, as you guys know, I'm with Justin JRskatr, the ex-content creator. I'm staying in with him for a few weeks in America.
You keep rubbing that into him.
I know, because when he listens back, he'll be like, "You arse." I have an announcement to make, boys, if you guys don't mind.
Okay.
I mean, I know I'm hosting, but I don't want to make this one about myself. But I am now officially level 49.
It's a round of applause for the casual. Hey.
Yeah, well done, man. It's been a long time coming. We talked about this a year ago.
God, was I on level 48 a year ago as
Yes.
well? What was I actually?
I honestly don't know what was holding you back.
I'm sure you was last Christmas. I'm sure you was level 48 last Christmas when we was
Last
doing the shows.
Christmas.
Well, you know, the task that I was... Listen, you know how I feel about those ridiculous tasks anyway, but the task that I was stuck on was the get 50 lucky... I think it actually was obtain 50 lucky Pokemon through trades. And when I saw that, I thought, what's the point? I took this opportunity to do the trades, and I think I was on 2 when I came out to Chicago. And Ian, I think both of those luckies were from you, my friend, I think, actually.
I think they were. We did both in Ealing.
Yeah.
London,
Yeah.
actually, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And something else.
And I know that we've touched on trading before in the podcast, but I just wanted to talk about it today because my experience of getting these 48 luckies was horrendous.
Yes.
I've done, as you can imagine, I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades to get my 48 luckies, and it's just been painful. And like I said, I'm here and I was very lucky. It's not many people live with another Pokemon player that has all these trades, that plays the game, that you can just trade back and forth, do
And
the
has a
100 a
distance.
day. Yeah, Bro, exactly, and has the distance as well. Get the XL. Not many people have this, so I thought I'd lap it up, and I thought I'd use the opportunity. And like I said, I'm very happy that I've done it, and I'm now coming home, and all I've got to do is get like another 950 excellent throws, which will probably take me until next Christmas. But that's beside the point. Now, I wanted to talk about you guys. How did you feel when you was at this task? Because you guys are all 49 and above. How did you guys feel when you got to this task? What was your experience with it? And in general, what can we do, and what can Niantic do to make trading better? Because I'm sure that we can all agree it's not a very fun experience. I don't personally think so anyway. The animation takes way too long. I think the luckies that you get could be a little bit more common, should I say. What's your thoughts on trading coming towards the end of 2022? What would you like to see in 2023?
It's a good discussion. I like this, Coopsy, because trading does feel like one of those functions that's sort of just been left alone, introduced and like left alone ever since the Luckies got introduced in, God, was it way back, I think 2019. My experience of that level probably was unlike to a lot of people who are doing the leveling up now, because my level 48 to 49 grind coincided with an event in early 2020 where there were boosted lucky trades. I have found a friend of mine who had loads of 2016 Pokemon just traded, and honestly, I got my lucky trades done inside of 5 days.
Oh, jeez.
So okay, I was super lucky. Like, the circumstances and everything was great, but I can say anybody I've talked to in my local squad who has been on that level has been as, I would get, antagonized by the process as you probably were. It's laborious, isn't it? It takes an age. Really, you're right. The animation, like, we got used to being able to skip through the raid rewards. Gone are the days where you could skip through the post-rocket
that
freaking
well,
thing.
Bro. Oh my god!
And did you notice, like, a while ago, that if you exit the grunt, it gives you the whole animation now? You can't tap through the grunt going, ha ha ha, I beat you. It's like, no, I just wanted the buddy heart, sod off. The lucky trades, people want like long distance lucky trades. I do think after, if you're lucky friends with someone for 12 months, then maybe open up to a global trade. Personally, I think that would be something. I've got lucky friends in Australia. The likelihood of me going on into Australia in the next year, 2 is very low. So they're just going to be sitting there.
I'm not being negative though. What are your 3 thoughts on could they handle doing global lucky
Probably not.
trades? Because that's what I'm saying to you though. Like, isn't it? Is that something that could be possible? I don't know. I don't know how the game works in regards to coding.
I'm honestly not sure. They've done expanded trade distance before, like the 40-kilometer thing, but it's not really enough. So I think they do have the capability to extend it, but I don't know whether they can do it for individual people. But I do think they need to do 1 or 2 things for the lucky trades. They either need to make them more common, because the luckies that you do get 99% of the time are dead, and even if you wait a year to be lucky friends with someone, you line up like an Ultra Beast trade, and then it goes. I mean, all of my recent lucky friend trades with people have all come out of like 80 to 82%. They've all been 12, 13, 12, 12, 12, 12. You're like, I can't be bothered with this anymore. They either need to increase the rate of the lucky trade Pokemon, so it's a bit more frequent, you can get a bit more chance, or raise the IV floor to 13, 13, 13 as a minimum. And just the trading. You remember back, I think it was a couple of seasons ago, one of the bonuses was guaranteed XLs for trading. That made me do trades every day with people. I would find that whatever Pokemon are maybe hatching out of eggs, spawning in nests, event spawns, etc. Stock them up, trade with people in my local crew to get XL candy guaranteed. You've had that luxury because obviously the trade distance with you and Justin being, what was it, like 5,000, 6,000 kilometers apart.
Oh, very, very close, yes. 6,000 to 300. Bloody hell, he's played the game before, hasn't he?
Hey, the guaranteed XL bonus made people trade. When it's not there, nobody in my crew gives a toss about trading. It's difficult to even like say, should we trade to, try and go lucky friends or increase the friendship? Like, nah, I can't be bothered. And you're sat opposite them with the coffee. You're like, I can't be bothered. It takes too much time. So yeah, it does need a little bit of a spice up.
You basically covered most of the things I wanted to say, actually, Milo.
Apologies.
No, it's all right. It's all right. That just shows that we're all potentially thinking the same thing. I'm not unique in that I'm sat on probably 40 plus lucky traits from across the globe. A lot of those are never going to get traded. Again, you said this literally a couple of minutes ago. A lot of them are never going to... It's nice when you go to a live event when you get boosted extra special trades, so you could potentially use your lucky trades at something like a Go Fest, but you would still never get through all of them. And I do like the idea of remote lucky trades. Mm-hmm. I just don't think Niantic will ever allow us to do it. That's just a personal view. I hope it comes. I mean, last year... On our Christmas show, we were saying that the Mega Evolution button in the lobby, that came to be, and we never thought that would happen. But
it's true.
I love this thought that you're having, and I want to run with it. But do you not think that if they think about it logistically, right, it makes the game better. If you can do remote lucky trades, that then leads to people opening gifts more, wanting more friends on their friends list. So it keeps the cycle of the actual game
That's where
moving.
I'm going. I don't think remote trades over distance generally is a thing. That should never be a thing. But I think if you're lucky friends, it would be a nice mechanic if you could do it over 6,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers, so you could actually trade with somebody in these countries.
I will jump in with that and say I didn't know this, but shout out to HermesNinja Sue in the chat of the live stream at the moment. The Pokemon company does remote trades in the main series games, apparently. So the main series games allow you to remotely trade with people.
So if TPC allowed Niantic to integrate that as a feature into Go, it would be brilliant, because I think we'd all love that if it actually became a thing.
Right. And like I said, it's all about that thing. Like Milo said, it's connecting with people. If you did meet them in Australia, I've got friends on my list that I met in Dubai, that I met in Vienna, that I've met in Australia. I've got friends on my friends list. So how lovely would it be to be able to now use Campfire to message them? Yo, bro, we've just got remote. Like it's so weird. It's like they want us to explore and talk and get to know each other, but they in some parts of the game they try to block that as much as possible.
It's exactly the same way. So the boxes we had in the shop. Everyone was like, you were trying to promote exploration and meeting people in real life and meetups, but you put remote raid passes rather than the green in-person passes in the boxes. Yeah. It's exactly the same logic. It's like you want to do one thing, but you're not actually trying to push us in that direction very well.
And I get it. They want us to do these trades at GoFest, at Safaris, and at all these places. The vast majority of the player base is never going to go to a IRL
they can't
GoFest, an IRL Safari Zone. The chances of you actually meeting a lot of these people that we've made friends with remotely over the last few years, it's minuscule, and it would be great if it became a feature that allowed us to trade, because then you would push that friendship and open more gifts and do more raids with people to become lucky friends.
I think, I don't trade. I mean, I only do trades when we have events. As the only person in my household that plays the game, I don't have that luxury. Exactly that. And when I was on that journey from 48 to 49, I was in that space when it was the Lunar event in 22. So that was the Boosted Lucky Trades again were part of that event. I was able to do that with friends, but I didn't get them all in that event. I had to sort of wait a little bit longer as well. But I used trading only as a mechanic to get either shinies that I've missed out on, or if I'm lucky friends with someone. I think if you could do a remote lucky trade, you have to be lucky friends to do it. I understand that Niantic want people to meet up in person, but if you can become friends with people you've never met, then technically there's a chance you'll never ever meet them. So there's got to be some sort of element that makes that lucky trade as an opportunity there to get that. But if they're doing it on the main series games, there's no reason why they can't do it, I guess. What do you work to lucky friends for if you can't trade with them?
Exactly.
There's no point, is there?
I tell you what, boys, to wrap this up nicely, do you want to know the Lundos that me and Justin got from all our trades?
Tell us. Go on.
Go on.
Tell us. I know you want to know. I took advantage of the XL, so I was trading him. Really good stuff. Justin did get a Lundo Axu.
I saw that.
He got a Lundo Darumaka, and he got 2 Lundo Cranidos.
Those are all really good. Actually,
exactly. And sorry, he's just come in the room to tell me he actually also got 2 Darumakas, because he got one of the ice one and one of the fire one. So he got those sick.
Nice.
So, bro, look at those Lundos. He got 5 Lundos from me. And are you ready for mine? Muddy, you might have to insert a drum roll here.
Drum rolls in there, trust me, but I know what you're going to say. I have a horrible feeling.
So I got the 1 Lundo out of 400-500 trades. I got a Lundo Swirlix.
Was it the shiny?
No.
Oh my god. Bro, I know exactly where that is. That because you've saved up all of these like good rare Pokemon from the UK, and Justin's had trash in his account.
Well, but this is the problem though. I save up so much stuff because I want to trade, but trading is so mundane. It's such a struggle to do it. Like I've just said to you guys, bro, I had like 150 Cranidos, 150 Darumaka, like 40 Axus. Like I've got this stuff in my bag, but because doing it is so excruciatingly painful, I just don't bother doing it.
Coops.
Yes.
Should we make this a flex game hat trick on the show?
Flex it up, flex it up.
Guys, it's just on the point of trading and Lundos and Hundos. I want you to go to your Pokemon storage and type in 4-star and traded, and let's see how many traded 100%ers you have.
Probably not many, because I don't think Mark and I trade a lot.
This is the thing, is I want to do this and then look at the traded medal.
I'll go first then. So 4-star and traded. I've got 4, and they're all lucky.
Good stuff.
So my 4 are lucky.
Nice.
I've got a Trapinch. I've got a Doug Trio. I've got a Sand Slash. And my favourite one, Milo, because you'll like this, a Lundo Leafeon.
That is
my
very
little
nice
beauty.
indeed. That's fantastic.
So 4-star and traded, I have got 9.
Cool.
They are Rayquaza, Magnemite, Chansey, Heatran, Chandelure, the female Nidoran, Mantine, Red Stripe Basculin, and my Schlundo Chandelure that you gave me, Sunshine.
Yes. Smug git.
I realised, I remember this traded chat that we must have had maybe 40, 50 episodes ago, and you was all shocked at my pilot about how many kilometres I've done.
Yeah.
So I must have traded hardcore in the first year of this feature, but I've just worked out I've got 14 4-star and traded. Do you want to hear my Lundos? I mean,
yeah, roll them off.
Yeah, that's right. So Tyranitar, Chatot, Breloom, Gyarados, Stunky, Magnemite, Flareon, Gyarados, Snorlax, Slaking, Eevee with the Flower Crown, Mewtwo, Axew, and Swirlix.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Mewtwo, lovely.
But I'm afraid it's another dub. I've got 36 4-star untraded, which I'm not sure if we have time to rattle off all of them. Just some of the best is a Lundo Wurmple, a Lundo Delibird, Schlundo Rayquaza, a Shundo Mamoswine, and probably the best of the bunch is a Lundo Woobat.
Approved.
So let's go to our gentleman medal to see how many trades you've actually done.
I've done 9,000 trades, which I worked out I've got a hundo from trading every 642 Pokemon.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell.
I've done 687 trades in total.
Whatever.
Ever, yeah.
God, that ratio's amazing.
Yeah, that's actually a solid ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's that, about 1 in 170, 160?
Yeah, so wait, so the amount of trades that you've done is what it takes me to get a lucky hundo.
Not a lucky hundo, just a hundo from a trade.
Oh my God.
Jeez,
wow, that is insane, Mark. Yeah, that is really good.
But that, like you said, the whole point is, like, if you've got no one to trade with, play the game with, when do you trade? You just don't trade.
I've done 4,077 trades. So platinum badge,
Listen,
I'll take it, but it's nowhere near.
What's your ratio, bro? I'm interested in the ratio.
1 in 453.
Oh, I'm getting done over it.
Well, my trade count is 21,776.
Oh my God.
Which means is 1 hundo from trades every 605.
Bro, how have I got the worst ratio? What is this mockery?
I don't want to press you, Milo, but each trade takes approximately about 30 seconds, doesn't it, to do from start to
you
do it. Tell him.
Oh, no.
21,776 trades.
How much of my life have I burnt?
No, yeah, use the word wasted. Wasted. Yeah.
So basically, in seconds, it's 653,280 seconds. Divide that by 60. 10,888 minutes of your life spent trading.
Divide that by 60 again. So how many hours?
182 hours you've spent trading. And divide that by 24.
4 or 5 days.
You've spent about 8 days trading up. When you look back at your life, I've spent 8 days of my life trading Pokemon.
Hey, and I will say, at least if you multitask, you can drink a beverage.
Well, boys, do you know what? I appreciate that chat, and it's very interesting finding out everybody's ratios. But something, to be honest, which is way more interesting, I've seen something on the back of Mark's door. Is that Mark's pole? Oh.
There's my pole, boys. My mighty pole is out and about. So I thought we'd take the...
Mark's mighty pole.
Mark's mighty pole is mega evolved.
We used the question, the getting to know you question, as the basis for the poll, and I piggybacked onto Milo's answer because we had 5 answers, but I think 4 of them were good for the poll. The question was, so which of these churn your stomach? I didn't give any context really, because and the comments will sort of give some answers to why people were a bit confused by it.
I love the no context. It's great.
We had Hawaiian fruit salad, peas, chocolate milk, and carrot cake. Some of the answers we had first before we revealed the results was Mike said, "Christ, that poll's so large I can see it from here." Cheers, Mike. HRH Kaylee said, "What the fuck is wrong with chocolate milk? You're all weird. To which I went, it had gone off. And then he goes, oh, now you're scarred for life. Cowboy Hat Caterpie responded to our poll. That's what we like to see.
Nice.
Hey.
Did he ask for the Cowboy Hat Cappy?
He said, chocolate milk is the most overrated food item on the planet. Professor 58 said, I find nothing wrong with these choices. Was there a mystery fifth choice? There actually probably was.
He knows the podcast too well.
Maston said, 100% carrot cake. If I wanted vegetables, I wouldn't be eating cake. Very, very good.
Yeah, but Maston is Scottish, so unless it's deep fried, he won't care.
Very true. Shan is also a good friend of the show. Anyone bagging on chocolate milk can get out. Hashtag just Aussie things. Also, did you know that 7% of Americans think chocolate milk simply comes from brown cows?
Oh,
well,
Justin.
So anyway, we'll go to the answers because some of the comments were absolutely hilarious. So, in fourth place, with 21% of the vote, carrot cake.
Wow, I'm shocked. I came last.
Well, you're not the first, aren't you,
stamina poops.
That weren't funny.
In third place, with 23% of the vote, were peas.
In third place? It's that low down?
It's how close it is, though.
In second place, with 25%, was chalky milk.
Oh.
Which means that most people listen to the show or follow our polls are American, because they all know what it is. 31% with Hawaiian fruit salad.
Oh, we'd never heard of it.
We've no idea what it is. So well done, Justin.
Makes sense. Yeah,
I saw a picture on Google and I was trying to find what to call it, and I looked at it and went, yeah, if you have a bad experience of that, you're not going to willingly want to eat it again.
And
yeah,
do you know what? That
makes
makes sense because 42% of our listener base is American.
There you go.
Done. There we go.
Well, Mark, thank you very much for your poll. And as always, I look forward to the next one next week. But now to my favourite part of the show.
Shinies of the week.
I'm going to jump in straight away with one from Instagram, and this was too OP not to even mention. So, Scunny Paxo posted and tagged us with, so this just happened, my first ever Shundo. Boom. So damn happy. Hashtag Shinies of the week. Hashtag Pokemon Go at Incensed Podcast, and it is a Shundo Munchlax.
Oh my.
So... Big,
bro.
greedy gluttons pog, mate.
I'll go next. Nakeem Brown, a good friend to the show, was going to wait for the video reveal on a certain YouTuber's video, but I want to make sure this goes in. Hashtag Shinies of the week. Shadow Shiny Marwile obtained.
Hey.
Like that. Hashtag Shiny Marwile and hashtag Marwile fans. Very good. And it was a 0-star one, Nakeem, but doesn't really matter. It's beautiful, shiny.
Witness the live reaction.
At Fizguerra24, 9 hours ago, tweeted us, "It happened!" ! Hashtag Shiners of the week. But they added Pokédex rather than us in it, which is a bit strange.
It's not his podcast.
Shiny Shadow Sableye. So GG's.
Oh, that's why.
Fizguerra.
That's why.
Yeah, that's the family Pokemon.
That's his mon. He loves it.
We all love it, though, but it's our hashtag. Get your own hashtag.
Yeah, get off our hashtag.
Speaking of hashtags, I've actually got 2 on Instagram, boys, if that's all right.
Nice.
Now, I want to apologise because this hashtag Shinies of the Week was sent to us a few weeks ago, but obviously, as you know, our Instagram account is as dry as a desert, so we've only just come across it now. And this one's from James R. Cop, 23. Just wanted to share my incredible shiny RNG stats with you all. This is the last shiny I caught in the wild. All the others are from Com Days and Go Fest finale. I listen to you guys every single week. Best Pogo podcast around. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Hashtag someone please send me some effing shiny luck. Hashtag I love it, but F this game sometimes. And hashtag you gotta have faith. Oh my God. And he did get a shiny Mankey, but sent us loads of other bits and pieces. And we did get one yesterday from a friend of the show, Bravo 1883, who said, Shinies of the week, baby. First batch, baby. The Ponyard shiny can F off. Laugh my ass off. I'll wait for it down the road. And he did get a shiny Munchlax as well, which is pretty dope.
Nice. Congratulations.
If people want to send us Shiners of the Week through other social medias, Incensed Podcast is now on Campfire. So you can actually send us Shiners of the Week using the hashtag on Niantic Campfire.
We're bloody everywhere.
We're everywhere. We're like a virus.
We are everywhere.
Everywhere and nowhere.
But ladies and gents, boys and girls, on that note, it's come to the end of the show. Thank you all so much for tuning into another one and trusting us to be your Pogo podcast, because you don't listen to any other ones because they're all crap. We're the best. I'm just joking, English banter. And of course, as always, a massive thank you to all of our patrons and to everybody who is on the Incensed podcast Discord. We love you a hell of a lot. So like I said, a massive thank you to our bronze and silver tier, and of course, our amazing gold tier who really sort of make this happen. You guys really help. So thank you all so much. And that is going to be Kimber, Dom the Ragnarok, Connor Lee, DerbyRuss, CliffordMert, JB, TishSmith, HermesNinja, and a new gold tier Patreon boys, Emma Louise, aka ML Falk 2022. Welcome. And lastly, to Kerry and Zachary. And the reason why I'm saying Kerry and Zachary last is because it was literally Zachary's birthday. Well, when this is released, about 2 days ago. So Zachary, a massive happy birthday to you, mate. I hope you had an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you at maybe a community day in 2023. Let's wait and see. And one more thank you before I forget. God, I'm doing all the thank yous tonight. A massive thank you to our boy, my friend JRskatr. Justin, thank you so much for coming on the show, mate. Yeah, like I said, you're not a guest, you are a friend of the show, so thank you very much for getting involved. We appreciate that. Before we go, we did receive a message on Instagram from Carl Armstrong, who just messaged us and said, "Hey, love the podcast. So funny and enjoyable. Keep it up." So I wanted to share that with you from one of our supporters. And of course, guys, speaking of nice messages like that, if you would like to leave us any feedback or any reviews on any of the podcast platforms that you do listen to us on, it would be grateful. And all jokes aside, even if it is a bit negative, we would rather the feedback than none at all. We're always here for improving our entertainment. And of course, if you're on bloody Spotify, 5-star us right now.
What are you doing?
Yeah, where are we? Are we still 4.9?
I've not checked. We'll deal with it another week.
4.9 off 191 reviews now.
Oh, it's gone up then.
Good.
Okay.
So nearly at 200.
Okay, we're nearly there. But there's only one thing to say. If you are at Singapore Go Fest, I hope you're having the most amazing... Is it a Go Fest?
No, it's Safari Zone.
Oh, it's just Safari.
That was being left in.
Listen, hope you had a good time. And on that bombshell, literally on that bombshell, we'll see you next week.